What's up, y'all? It's Alexis, and today I'm going to be telling you guys how I had a quick, gentle, fast, easy, unmedicated water birth as a first-time mom. So I'm gonna get right into it. I wrote some notes down on my phone so I don't get carried away, because I know I talk a lot and I just kind of am all over the place. So the number one thing is to prepare mentally, physically, and spiritually. I knew from the moment I got pregnant, even before I got pregnant, I knew I always wanted to have a water birth. I knew I didn't want to be in the hospital. I always wanted to have it at home, but unfortunately it's really expensive to have it at home. And I gave birth for free under my insurance, which I was under Medicaid when I was pregnant, at a birthing center. But still, my midwife, she was amazing. I felt so comfortable with her. Asked her so many questions, and that's getting into the next one. Your midwife, your OB, whoever you're going to for your prenatal checkups and stuff, ask as many questions as you want. Like, I was asking her, what if I poop? What if this? What if that? She was like, oh, we'll just fish it out with a net. Like, you just have to ask them any other questions, because 9 times out of 10, obviously they work for that, so they've birthed so many different children. They have their own children, so you want to ask people who've already gone through it and have seen many different women giving birth, because everyone giving birth, every pregnancy is completely different. You never know what's going to happen. So ask as many questions as you can. Don't be afraid. Don't think any question is too stupid to ask or too weird to ask. You're a woman, they're most likely a woman unless you go to a man, but just ask as many questions as you can and watch videos. I watched so many home birth videos and unmedicated water birth videos, so I knew what to expect. I knew the type of like protocol it was and just how it kind of was going to play out, and I had no fear. I went into my birth having no fears, because I know that my body was made for this. I was prepared for this mentally, physically, and spiritually. I read books. I don't have the book with me, but I read the book Spirit Babies. I'll put it right here, and it essentially is saying, like, even if you have a miscarriage, a stillbirth, if you have an abortion, or if you don't want to be pregnant, or if you're trying so hard to get pregnant and you're not getting pregnant, it's basically a book all about how your baby actively chooses you, and its spirit chooses you, and it aligns with the father of the child and everything. Like, everything was kind of meant to be. So if you have like relationship problems or problems with your baby's father and stuff, it like basically just tells you everything is aligned and the baby chose both of you as their parents, and it's all spiritual and everything. So that's a good book to read if you guys look into it. Another thing, I don't know if this had anything to do with my birth, but I'm very like natural. I go the natural route. So even my prenatals, I had Ritual as my prenatal. I subscribed and paid $30 a month for my prenatal vitamins. I did not miss a day. When I tell you I did not miss a day of my prenatals, I was so like anal about it, because I did suffer through miscarriage when I was younger, so I had that fear. So I just wanted to do like everything right. One thing with those prenatals is you can take them without food and you're not gonna feel nauseous, you're not gonna throw up. I never had morning sickness with my son. I know everyone's different, but I personally never experienced morning sickness. But even taking those prenatals, because I heard prenatals can make you feel a little queasy if you don't eat, those I never had any type of problems with. It has like a little citrusy taste. They're super easy, and they just come, and if you subscribe, they ship every single month whenever you need them. And I know a lot of people say to work out their pregnancy, and I would advise it, because working out is healthy. Keeping your body moving even when you're pregnant is a beautiful thing, and I heard it like makes your labor easier. I personally did not work out. I was super lazy during my pregnancy. Granted, I did do yoga and I stretched here and there, but I was not consistent at all. The one thing I did though is I worked my whole pregnancy. I'm an esthetician, so I was waxing and I was doing facials my whole pregnancy. Don't beat yourself up if you just feel lazy and you just want to lay around, because I did that. Like, I definitely used my pregnancy as an excuse to just not do anything, you know. But I would advise to keep yourself moving, keep yourself healthy, because it is good for you and your baby, and you're gonna feel better. Another thing I did when I was pregnant. So when I was pregnant, I cut off a lot of people, and I'm saying like 6-7 year friendships. I think as soon as I became pregnant, as soon as I was like, I'm gonna be a mother, there were certain things that I just didn't stand for anymore. There was things that like my eyes just like opened. Like, I felt like I was blinded by love a lot. I was blinded by love for a lot of different people. I'm a very nice, kind person, and I always give people the benefit of the doubt. I always give people too many chances. And when I was pregnant, that cut out the way, because I was like, if I'm not going to deal with things, and then I definitely don't want my child to be around certain people. And that's no dig at anybody. It's just like our lives don't align anymore. Your choices don't align with mine. And as a mother, I can't be doing certain things because I need to raise a little human, and I want to make him the best person he can be. Especially being a single mom. I'm the only one that's teaching him things, and I'm raising him to be a man. I can only do my best doing that since I'm not a man myself. But it was just a lot of people I had to cut off, a lot of people I didn't talk to. And I just had to like elevate in life and elevate as a mother and as a woman, because I have this new being that I have to take care of and protect. So definitely when you're pregnant, don't talk to anybody that's bringing you down, negative. Even your OB. I'm gonna tell you, I stopped going to my OB because I switched to my midwife, right? And because my OB was like, oh, are you sure you want to have a natural birth? You want to go through all that pain? And she told me that I could have a photographer in the hospital. No, you can't. She lied. Like, even though my photographer didn't make it to my birth because I gave birth so quick, literally, I wouldn't have even been able to have her in the room, you know? So she lied to me. And just like having like doubting a pregnant woman, like if I want to go natural, let me go natural. Like I don't care what you learned in school. I don't care how many births you've had. If I don't want epidural, and if I want to give birth in position I want to give birth in, I'm not laying on my back for you, bitch. I'm not laying on my back. I'm gonna get on all fours. I'm gonna stand up. I'm gonna do what I want to do. So her just doubting me, I was like, that's toxic. I'm gonna cut off my OB. And I'm glad I did, because after my pregnancy, I tried to go back to my OB just to get like my annual checkups, my pap smears and everything, and she really cut me off. She wouldn't let me come back because apparently once you do a medical leave, you can't go back or whatever, or she didn't want to take me back. And I was like, bet, I'm glad, because I didn't like your energy anyways. My midwife never doubted me. Of course, she's more natural and everything, but how are you gonna be an OB and be telling a pregnant woman what to do with her birth? You know, like that don't make no sense to me. I know I'm a first time mom, I know I'm young, I know this is my first baby and everything, but if I'm saying I can do it and I want to do something, you better listen to me. And imagine if I had been in birth and been vulnerable and stuff, and she would have taken advantage of me and like been like, oh, you know, because even when I was in labor, like I still had little, like I got to that point of being in so much pain and being so tired. It wasn't even the pain, I was so tired. I was like, I can just go to the hospital and get epidural and take a nap. Like I just wanted to take a nap, you know. Cut off anybody, baby, even if it's your OB, and even if it's your baby's father. Okay, if your baby's father does not want to be there for you, or he's on bullshit, or he's cheating on you or whatever, cut him off. You can still have a peaceful pregnancy. You know, it's sad going to appointments alone and not having anybody rub your stomach and things like that, but you can still have a peaceful pregnancy. You can still have a peaceful birth. You know, you don't want anybody like ruining those special moments for you. So if you're dealing with any of that stuff, like, think of yourself as a mother, think of your baby, and do what's best for you too, okay? Don't let anybody ruin your pregnancy. Don't let anybody ruin your birth or put things in your head and think negatively. I know being pregnant is so hard, and going through it alone is so hard, but you will be okay. Once you see your baby's face, I promise you will be okay. Everything will be worth it. Every single thing will be worth it. Another thing I did, like I was saying in the beginning, how I had a miscarriage, so I was very scared. I every single day, multiple times a day, said affirmations to my stomach, said affirmations to myself. Every single day I said we are. I said we. I didn't say I didn't say he. I said we're protected, we're loved, we're abundant, we're growing, we're resilient, we're safe, we're happy, we're grateful, I think that's it. But I said a bunch of words like that every single day. Every single time I got sad, said those words. Every time I was happy, said those words. Every time I woke up, I said those words. And I kept telling myself, I'm gonna have an easy, gentle, natural birth. I'm gonna have an easy, gentle, natural birth. And that's exactly what I had. So do not like downplay manifestation. Like I said, I know every birth is different. I could have very much said those things and had a C-section, you know, like that's not everything, but just keep that mentality, keep your mentality up. Tell yourself all these things, because once you can be delusional and make yourself believe something and it will happen, you know. So just do yourself that. Speak positivity over your pregnancy, speak positivity over your baby, over your uterus, over your yoni, over everything, because you are literally bringing and making life. It's crazy. Now I'm gonna go into like advice for actual birth and labor. So I've heard of people using like the ice in the hand to prepare for birth, like using the cold in your hand and just breathing, which I never tried that, but I do feel like that could be something that'd be helpful. So basically you just have ice in your hand and your hands are freezing cold, right? And you're just breathing and you let the ice melt in your hand. So I feel like that would be a good mental thing. I just want to bring that. I never tried it, but I feel like it would be a good mental thing. My number one thing is to breathe. And I know it sounds so like, of course you breathe, but how you breathe. In the beginning of my contractions, they were like period cramps, but then they started getting more painful and I would have to just deep breath, deep breath, deep breath. I listened to Janae Aiko, the mantra meditation or whatever, where it's like her little song she playing the crystal bowls. That's a very nice one to listen to, by the way. But breathe, especially when the contractions get hard. Moan and groan and do what you gotta do, because that really helped me. And use gravity. I would say when you're in labor, try to move as much as possible. I feel like every single time I was just laying in my bed, like just trying to take it, it was when they hurt me worse. The shower really helped me, and standing over like a piece of furniture and just kind of like rocking back and forth like this, whatever, that really helped me a lot. Just leaning forward, using gravity to help move your baby down. Don't stay stagnant, don't stay on your side. Get up, walk around, rock back and forth. The shower, so not a bath and not a heating pad. The shower helped me tremendously. Hot shower, I would get in there and I would I'd be on my knees and like lean forward, basically like this in the shower, just like this. And I let the hot water run my back, and then I'd flip over just like this and let the hot water run on my stomach, and I just kept flipping. That helped my contractions so much, like so much. Help with the pain so much, way more than the heating pad or a bath would. Moan, groan, let those noises out. Just do whatever you need to do and keep staying in the mindset. Every contraction is bringing me closer to my baby. Every contraction is bringing me closer to my baby. My baby's gonna come. My baby's gonna come, no matter how many hours have gone by, no matter how long. I know it hurts, I know it's hard, but you can do it. Now, whenever your baby is actually crowning and actually coming out, do not barrel down with your pushes. I kind of struggled with that because my baby was literally pushing himself out, like I couldn't control it. And people say it feels like it's coming out your ass. It feels like it's coming out your vagina, okay? It feels like something is shoving its way through your vagina, okay? I know it sounds really painful, which it is, but honestly, contractions are worse than pushing, in my opinion. The pushing part was the easiest part because he was pushing himself out. I could feel him, like the pressure like on my vagina, like of him like trying to come out. So whenever you're pushing, don't like barrel down with them. Just like relax your body as much as possible. Relax your face. Don't be like this. Like when you breathe, like keep your face relaxed, keep your body smooth, just like move, you know. If you have some nice music, just like move to the music. Like just be really calm, just like you're dancing. Like use labor and birth as like a dance. Like you're dancing your baby out, you know. Push slowly. Your body's gonna push for you, but how I push my baby out, no tears, no hemorrhaging, and he came out within 20 minutes of me getting to the birthing center. Super easy. I think within 3 contractions he came out. So whenever he was coming out, I was going like this. So use shoo breathing. Then you're opening up little by little, instead of barreling down and opening up like that. That's why I feel like most people tear, because in the hospital they're like push like hard, and they're like just, I feel like that's why people tear, because the baby is just like shoving its way out, and so you're gonna open up regardless. Your vagina is gonna stretch regardless. It's gonna go right back to the same size, but it's gonna stretch regardless. So wouldn't you rather open slowly than like that, you know? Like think of it, make it make sense. And then once his head is out, that's the hardest part. The body just slid out. Push. There you go. Yeah. Oh my god. Because I remember asking my wife, I was like, a strong push or like pushes like I've been doing? And she's like, no, a strong push. I'm telling you, when I did the little strong push, my first little strong push, boom, he slid out like a little fish, like nothing. It was so easy. And like I said, no tears, no nothing. So my main thing, trust your body, trust your midwife, trust yourself. Have somebody there in the room, even if you're in the hospital. It doesn't matter where you give birth at, but even if you have someone in the room, like, make sure that person is going to advocate for you. Tell them everything you want in your birth. Make a birth plan, so whenever you're vulnerable, people aren't going to be like, oh, are you sure you're in a lot of pain? Are you sure you don't want the epidural? Do you need this? Oh, it's easier if you lay on your back, like it's protocol. You are not going to tell me how I'm going to give birth. Like, you do not have to give birth on your back. You can ask them to fix the bed. You can lean the bed up. You can hold on to the rails of the bed and give birth, just like how I did. Like, you can stand up and give birth. Yeah, it may not be the easiest for them to catch the baby and see everything, but it's easier for you. Okay, so don't listen to anybody. Make sure you have someone that's advocating for you, and just trust yourself and trust your body, because we are women. We were made for this. Literally, our bodies were made for this. So just do as much research as you can. Another thing I did, which I don't know if this is what put me into labor, I really don't think it did, but the night before I went into labor, I made this big thing of, I mixed red raspberry leaf tea and okra water together, because I wanted to just drink them into one, because I don't like tea and I know I'm not gonna like okra water. So I basically just mixed them into one. I had 1 glass. I went into labor that night. I don't know if that's what put me into labor, okay? I don't know if it's old wives' tale, but it happened to me, and I had a big jug of red raspberry leaf tea and okra water that I did not drink because my baby had already came. So maybe try that. They say to start drinking it at like 36 weeks, so maybe try that. Okra water, heard, makes like it's real slippery and slimy and the baby just come out, and red raspberry leaf tea is supposed to also put you into labor. So maybe try that. I don't know if that's what means labor, but it could work for you. Main thing, just watch so many videos, ask so many questions. Make sure to trust yourself. Have no fear. Do not be scared of anything. Even if you have to get an episiotomy, even if you have to do a C-section, everything happens for a reason, and that's just how it was meant to be. I know sometimes you beat yourself up over it. Even if you go into a natural birth and you end up getting an epidural, you still push that baby out. Like, you still birth life, you know? So don't be too hard on yourself, and just trust yourself and trust your body. Like I said a million times, trust your midwife. And if this is what you want to do, you're gonna know you want to do it, and you're gonna make it happen. Like I said, I had little like doubts of vulnerability when I was in labor, of like I could just go and get epidural and take a nap, but I pushed through, and guess what? I had an unmedicated water birth, 24 hours of labor, pushed my baby out in 20 minutes, and I had a beautiful, healthy, happy baby. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys found some things that you could use to prepare for your labor. Oh, maybe this motivated you so you could do it, because I birthed my baby at 21 years old by myself. My baby's father was not there. My mom was not there. She was on the way from work. Like, I was alone with my midwife, and I was happy and I was peaceful, and I had the best birth experience I could have ever imagined. I really wouldn't have had it any other way, and I'm so glad that I trusted myself and I trusted my body, and I prepared myself mentally and spiritually. So I hope you guys found this video helpful, and I hope you guys enjoyed watching it. I hope you guys learned some things, and I wish you guys all beautiful pregnancy and a beautiful, easy, gentle, and natural birth. Bye bye.